Often feeling lost and helpless is a normal part of life, but we still have to move forward step by step. After all, there's a long road ahead of us. We need to give ourselves more affirmation. We've all been stuck in the mud, we've all been able to walk out of the shadows, and we're all living our lives as best we can. Hello everyone, I'm K&J. Today, I'd like to share a healing film for people on the margins of society who are going through a confused period in life. When morning comes, I feel empty. Nozomi, a woman in her 20s, quit her office job and started working at a convenience store. Every day she lives a numb and monotonous life, with hardly any sign of positivity in her. Her thoughts are always pessimistic and she keeps telling herself, even if I didn't exist, the world would keep turning, wouldn't it? So it doesn't matter if I'm not here, right? Every morning, she is woken by her alarm, lingering in bed for a while before getting up. After all, every day feels the same, with nothing to look forward to. Sometimes she encounters bad-tempered customers who complain over the smallest things. Fortunately, kind colleagues help her out. She has a timid personality and never knows how to say no. After work, the store manager stops her and asks whether she can take the night shift next Wednesday. The male colleague who was supposed to be on duty needs to take leave for personal reasons, something that has happened countless times. Nozomi does not know why the manager always asks whether she is free, but in the end she hesitates and nods. After all, she has nothing else to do. The manager looks as if he expected this outcome, as though he knew she would never refuse. When she gets home that evening, she breathes a sigh of relief. She has made it through another day. She heats up the boxed meal she brought back from the convenience store in the microwave. This is her dinner every day. Her mother calls from time to time to ask how she is doing. Nozomi does not dare tell her that she has quit her job, afraid her mother will scold her. She also feels ashamed that she is not doing well after leaving home. One day at the convenience store, she sees a familiar face. The person looks like a classmate from junior high, but so much time has passed and everyone looks different now. Afraid of mistaking her for someone else, Nozomi says nothing. In fact, the other person's gaze lingers on Nozomi for quite a while as well. The curtain on Nozomi's balcony breaks, so she calls the landlord. Because she cannot clearly describe the problem, the landlord still has not come to fix it after many days. She tries to fix it herself, but without the right tools, she gives up halfway through. It does not matter how it looks, as long as it blocks the light. The price of not knowing how to refuse night shifts is having to listen to the female colleague beside her chatter all night. The female colleague has a strong urge to share, as if she needs to talk about everything that happens to her, without caring whether Nozomi is interested or not. While restocking, the familiar woman Nozomi saw a few days earlier appears again, and this time she calls Nozomi by name. Only then does Nozomi realize that she is actually her junior high school classmate, Kanako. Kanako asks what time Nozomi gets off work, wanting to chat with her for a bit. Nozomi does not know what there is to talk about after more than 10 years apart, but she still agrees, because she does not know how to refuse people. Kanako waits at the door until Nozomi finishes her shift. On the way back, the two of them chatted intermittently, asking about each other's recent situations, making small talk to fill the silence. Before parting, they exchanged contact information. Both of them are living away from home and working on their own, so it would be good to have someone to look out for. On their day off, they arranged to go out together. Kanako is really good at bowling, while Nozomi has never played before and misses both of her first attempts. On the third try, Kanako teaches her by hand, and Nozomi finally bowls a shot she is satisfied with. After a few hours, both of their hands feel like they are about to give out. While they rest, Nozomi asks Kanako why she invited her out. Kanako thinks for a moment and says it was probably because she felt uncertain about her future, and happened to run into Nozomi. She was curious about Nozomi working at the convenience store and also curious about her previous job. Nozomi used to work at an advertising company, and her daily task was to go around looking for sponsors. As for why she quit, she does not say, and Kanako does not press her further. Nozomi is still happy to have met Kanako, because during breaks, she now has someone to talk to instead of staying home alone binge-watching boring TV dramas. At company dinners, everyone chatted lively, while only Nozomi sat quietly in the corner, drinking beer by herself. A colleague who had resigned a few days ago was already wearing a suit and had found a formal job. The former colleague shared the joy of finding a new job. He now works at a travel agency and tells everyone they can come to him if they need anything or want to take time off. Everyone congratulates him happily. Nozomi feels like she is sitting on pins and needles, but is too embarrassed to leave early, and can only hope the gathering ends soon. In the end, Nozomi gets drunk. Her handsome male colleague Moriguchi takes her home. She staggers all the way and can barely find her way back. But being drunk makes her happy. It feels like it has been a long time since she laughed so freely and without worry. When she wakes up the next day, it is already noon. She cannot even remember how she got home. She just feels dazed and has a terrible headache. When she goes out to buy something, she happens to run into Kanako, whom she has not seen in a while. Kanako looks at her bicycle with envy, saying she wants to buy one herself because it would be so convenient. In fact, Nozomi is even more envious of Kanako. Kanako has bought a lot of groceries and is planning to go home and cook for her grandparents. Meanwhile, Nozomi has a pile of vegetables at home, but no one to share them with. She is not interested in cooking just for herself, so the vegetables often spoil and get thrown away. Potatoes and onions are probably the ingredients Nozomi uses most often. They are easy to prepare, and she can simply cook them with curry. After work, she and Moriguchi go into the break room together, but the manager seems to notice only her, and asks whether she can take another night shift on Wednesday. She wants to refuse, but the manager's tone leaves no room for argument. She knows this is not a request, but an order. She says little and agrees once again. Outside the door, 3 young guys were drinking and complaining about work, saying they couldn't be bothered to think about anything and would just take each day as it comes. As they spoke, Moriguchi walked out of the store. The group recognized Moriguchi as their classmate from childhood, and their tone was laced with malice. They started talking about the violent incident involving Moriguchi's older brother back in their school days, which even made the news at the time and caused quite a stir. They also asked Moriguchi if his brother was still locked up. Moriguchi became very angry after hearing this and took 2 steps closer to the guy who was speaking. The guy got a bit flustered and said, "Are you going to be like your brother too?" The next second, a piping hot bowl of Odin is smashed into the guy's face. Nozomi, who has been watching from the side, is the one who does it. Seeing this, Moriguchi grabs her, and they run away as fast as they can. Afterward, Nozomi still feels a little scared when he thinks about it. If they had been caught, the consequences would have been unimaginable, but it was also deeply satisfying, and even if she had to do it again, she would make the same choice. Moriguchi feels very guilty because Nozomi lost her dinner because of him, so he is determined to find a way to make it up to her. The talkative colleague plans to keep working shifts during the new year, because the holiday hourly wage is much higher than usual. She has a dream to save enough money to study abroad. Although she is still far from achieving that dream, she keeps working hard. After all, her family does not support her at all, so she can only rely on herself. Nozomi's eyes suddenly dim. She has never had dreams or goals like that. The colleague comforts her, saying that being able to get up on time every day and go to work punctually is already quite an achievement. The colleague has always believed in herself. Even if no one around her recognizes her worth, she still believes in herself. Nozomi does not have that kind of confidence. She feels that she cannot do anything well, and that the world would be the same without her. Maybe she should try to be a little more confident in the future. After all, no one in this world is exactly the same, but everyone is part of the world and a unique individual. Drinking with Kanako, after a few glasses, the alcohol started to go to their heads. She wanted to complain. She often made people angry, and maybe she even had a knack for it. One day at work, because of a dialect issue, she couldn't understand what a customer was saying and had to ask them to repeat themselves several times, which almost made the customer lose their temper on the spot. Things like this happen quite often. She didn't know how everyone else handled situations like this, whether they were just as flustered as she was, or if they all had their own ways of dealing with it and she was the only one who couldn't manage. Kanako thought that work couldn't be all trouble and annoyance. Maybe there was someone interesting or someone she cared about that she had met. Hearing this, Nozomi immediately thinks of Moriguchi, and her expression softens. She did have a bit of a crush on Moriguchi, but he was much younger, still a junior in college, so there was absolutely no way anything could happen between them. Kanako didn't see it that way. She said that young guys these days actually like dating older women, and besides, There wasn't much of an age gap between them anyway. Kanako even revealed that when she was in college, she dated a high school student. He played an instrument and was a member of a band, and she happened to meet him at an event she attended. The two of them got together through a friend's introduction. Although things didn't end well in the end, at least they were happy while they were together. Not all relationships with younger men are disappointing. After talking so much with Kanako, Nozomi feels much better. She starts acting drunk and stands in the middle of the road. No matter how hard Kanako tries, she cannot pull her away, so she simply lets Nozomi surrender to the moment and use the alcohol as an excuse to let loose. Kanako takes Nozomi back to her place. After they arrive, Nozomi sobers up quite a bit, and with some snacks, she can even drink a little more. Even though they are only chatting about random silly topics, they can keep talking endlessly. Kanako asks Nozomi how she has been doing lately, and what her life has been like during the years they were apart. Nozomi recalls that when she worked at the advertising company, she had to work overtime almost every day. She often missed the last train home, and when there was no other choice, she had to take a taxi, but the fare was too expensive. In the end, she had to make do by sleeping at an internet cafe. Even though she worked so hard, she was still often scolded, while everyone else seemed to get things done quickly and well. She began to doubt herself, and this made her feel extremely miserable. Why do I have to live every day with these feelings? One morning, as usual, she left home for work and passed by a bridge on her way. For a moment, she thought about jumping off the bridge, thinking that maybe it would be better to just end it all. Fortunately, she snapped out of it in the end and didn't do anything foolish, but even now, she still sometimes has these thoughts. Nozomi's experience resonates deeply with Kanako. Kanako too often feels tormented by her own mistakes. But isn't everyone in the world like this? Everyone has things they're not good at, things that trouble them, and times when they make mistakes. No one can live a flawless, perfect life. Rather than falling into self-doubt, it's better to focus on living well in the present. Anxiety and pain are only temporary, like a hurdle in life. Once it's over, things will be fine. After high school, Nozomi never spent the night at a friend's house again. This feeling is like returning to childhood, or like going back to her hometown. Kanako picked up the conversation. This house is already 50 years old. It's hot in the summer, cold in the winter, and cleaning it is a real hassle. So doing housework here is very tough. But after so many years, she has already gotten used to it. Kanako's father left home, and her mother remarried. Children who grow up without parents around usually mature much earlier. Nozomi feels a lot of sympathy for Kanako's situation. There are always people in this world who have it harder than you. If Kanako can live so optimistically, how can Nozomi allow herself to keep sinking like this? She should give herself a little more self-affirmation. Just like her female colleague who wants to study abroad, she told herself that being able to get up on time for work every day is already great. That night, Nozomi sleeps very soundly. It is not until Kanako has finished making breakfast that she gets up. Nozomi has not had a proper breakfast in a long time and cannot help exclaiming how delicious it is. Kanako's grandfather chimes in, saying that her cooking skills are indeed quite good. As they parted, the two agreed to have hot pot together next time. Passing by that bridge again, Nozomi stands there for a long time, but the thoughts of ending her life that she once had are gone. She takes out her phone and calls her mother, telling her that she has resigned and is now working at a convenience store. The storm she had imagined never came. Her mother thought it was something serious, but after hearing it, she immediately breathed a sigh of relief. It's nothing. You've already done your best. Your life is still so long, you're not even halfway through it yet. You should try more things and have more experiences. You have plenty of time to explore, so don't lose heart. Her mother's words make her nose tingle with emotion. That's right. How could someone who cares about you not want you to live an easy and happy life? After that, Nozomi starts learning to enjoy life, going grocery shopping, learning to cook from short videos, and only then realizing she does not have any seasonings. It's okay, it still tastes pretty good anyway, and she can manage to eat it. The next day, she gets up and goes to work as usual. The store manager again asks whether she can work the night shift on Wednesday. This time, she hesitates for a long time, but in the end, she still does not refuse. Maybe learning to say no is the next thing she needs to do. Take it slow. After all, there's still a long way to go in life. Moriguchi invites her to have oden together that evening. both to thank her for helping him last time and to make up for the dinner she missed. When she gets home, Nozomi fixes the curtain that has been broken for a long time. It turns out that fixing something without tools is actually quite simple. It just depends on whether you want to do it. Tomorrow, the sun will still shine brightly and the scenery will remain beautiful. With friends to chat with and the chance to work alongside someone you like, every day is still something to look forward to. Nozomi's current situation reflects many people's lives. Unspeakable experiences from the past, fear of socializing, pressure at work, and difficulty communicating with family. Gradually, by connecting with others, she opens herself up, and the emptiness is slowly filled. When people quiet their minds, they often realize that they are surrounded by many voices that don't truly belong to them. Perhaps criticism and disapproval from others, or perhaps silent comparisons with seemingly glamorous and interesting lives. How much of this is imposed on us by the outside world, and how much do we genuinely care about? Why does everyone have to live such exhausting lives? Why do we have to work overtime so frantically? Why can't we live a little more easily? Being able to get up and go to work every day is already quite an achievement. There is no such thing as a perfect life. The future is long, so make sure to enjoy it. Everyone has their own way of living. It's okay if you haven't become a remarkable adult, and it's okay if you eat instant curry every day. At least one morning, you can fix a broken curtain by yourself. Sunlight streams into the room. It's a brand new day. Immerse yourself in the present, and you can find happiness even in the ordinary. Alright, that's all for today's sharing. If you enjoyed it, be sure to keep following K&J. There are even more wonderful stories waiting for you.